Ya, ini nanti mohon maaf saya ngajarnya saya sesuaikan dengan kultur di sekolah saya mungkin ya, ibu-ibu. Oke, sebentar saya mau share screen sekalian mungkin biar tidak salah. Duh, kok belum ada ternyata. Tadi sudah ada. Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today?
Great.
Good.
Great,
Okay.
great,
Okay.
Mark.
Mas Mbak semuanya, before we start our meeting, let's pray together. Okay, enough. Okay, teman-teman semuanya, in today's meeting we have a new chapter, chapter 5, and then you can open your textbook, teman-teman semuanya. Do you bring your textbook today?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Then open your textbook on page 78. 78. Nah, 78 for today's meeting, teman-teman semuanya. We are going to talk about a new material, namely passive voice. Nah, passive voice. Can anyone see the material on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, Mas Mbak semuanya, for today's meeting, our material is about passive voice. So, the learning objective, after you have studied this material, we will be able to use passive voice correctly based on the structure, and then we will also be discussing the cultural awareness. Jadi kebudayaan yang ada di English speaking country, when to use passive voice, and then when to avoid passive voice. So those are our learning objective in the end of this chapter, Mas Mbak semuanya. So I have divided you into several groups. So today Lina will work with Annie to talk about our material today. So for today's material, teman-teman semuanya, we have a topic to discuss the passive voice. I have chosen one, and the topic that we are going to talk is about tea plantation. So from tea plant to a cup of tea. Jadi kita akan membahas mulai dari apa itu sepucuk tanaman daun teh menjadi secangkir minuman teh. Seperti itu ya teman-teman semuanya ya. So we are going to study a passive voice through the process from tea plant to a cup of tea. Now, first of all, let's build our background knowledge, our vocabulary about tea plantation. So now, for this activity, this is quite as easy and simple. You just need to look at these three pictures, and then you will have to match each pictures with suitable words provided in the box. Nah, so now from picture number 1, the left one. So what is the picture about? What is the picture about? Tea plantation, tea trees, tea leaf or tea leaf speakers or tea bag. Picture number 1.
Tea plantation.
Okay, tea plantation. Okay, good. Excellent,
Yay.
Lina. I'll give you additional score. What about picture number 2? What is picture number 2?
Tea leaf speaker.
Tea leaf
Tea
Speaker.
leaf speakers. Okay, good job, everyone. The last one. What is the last one?
Bag.
Okay, tea bag. Okay, good. Annie, I will give you additional score as well. So I think that everyone has already known some vocabularies related to tea plantation or tea leaves or tea bag or everything about tea. Now, for the next activity, still matching picture with vocabularies provided in the box. For now, it will be about some verbs actually. So some verbs about the making or the process of making tea. So start from picture number 1. So what is picture number 1 about? Ground. Picked. Okay, good. Ya, dipetik ya. Kemudian picture number 2. What is it?
Dry.
Dry. The last one. This is quite tricky actually.
It's a slice.
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 Selected.
Selected. Okay, selected is more correct actually because there is no noun
Okay.
on the picture. Jadi memilih seperti itu ya teman-teman semuanya ya. So basically Mas Mbak semuanya, so passive voice in bahasa Indonesia can be translated as kalimat pasif seperti itu. Take an easy example. For example, Budi menendang bola. Nah, itu untuk kalimat aktifnya ya. If we try to change that active sentence into passive, akan menjadi bola ditendang Budi. Nah, so that is basic idea behind a passive voice. And now Mas Mbak semuanya, we are going to identify the structure of passive voice. Kita akan mengidentifikasi struktur dari passive voice by listening the process of from the tea plants to a cup of tea. So you will have to work in groups. So Lina will work with Annie to fill the missing words. So you will have to listen to the dialogue between a mother and her son talking about from tea plants to a cup of tea. And then after that you will have to complete the missing words. Now, is it understood, guys?
Yes.
Okay, I will play the audio 3 times, so you will have to pay attention carefully.
Number 1. Listen to a dialogue between a mother and...
Okay, I think...
Number 1.
I'm sorry.
Listen to a dialogue between a mother...
Okay, I think that's all for this listening activity. Now let's have a look to the answers for this activity. Have you finished? How many answers did you get?
7.
7, okay, good. 6, okay, good, no problem. Let's discuss the answer, teman-teman semuanya. So you may look from this screen, teman-teman semuanya. You can match your answer, the words that you have heard when you're listening. So number 1 should be tea plants are grown, and then number 2 are the tea leaves are picked. Number 3, the tea leaves are dried, and then number 4, the tea leaves of good quality are selected. Number 5, they are sliced finely. Number 6, they are then dried. Number 7, the tea leaves are put into tea bags and packaged into boxes. And the last one, the tea packages are delivered. So I think that's all, Mas Mbak semuanya, for the first activity, listening activity. Now let's move to another activity. Now, Mas Mbak semuanya, you will need to put your the bold sentences, the bold words actually. Jadi teman-teman semuanya harus memasukkan kata-kata yang bercetak tebal in this table. Now I have shown one example taken from bold sentence number 1, or the first sentence. So Mas Mbak semuanya, here there are subject, to be, verb 3 and others. You just need to put similar form that you have found. Start from sentence number 2 until sentence number 8, or the 8th sentence. So I have given you an example. So take a look from the first example, the subject. So we'll have to put the subject here, the tea plant, and then the verb to be. There is are, so you have to put here. And then for the verb 3, grown, you just need to put here. And then others explanation, other explanation, you just need to put the last table. So something like that. Now try to work in groups, teman-teman semuanya. Now while you were working in groups, in your groups, try to speak by using English. Okay, so you just need to put the similar form to this table. So I will give you 10 minutes to complete the table. Okay, is it understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, try to work in your groups in 10 minutes. Try to speak English. Okay. Nah, okay, Mas Mbak semuanya, after you have discussed, after you have fill the form, fill the table in your worksheet, now we may draw conclusion toward the form, the pattern of passive voice, teman-teman semuanya. Jadi dari tabel yang teman-teman sudah isi ini, kita bisa menarik simpulan mengenai formula atau pola di dalam passive voice ini. So in English, Mas Mbak semuanya, to make a passive voice, there must be, what is the first part of the sentence? Here,
Subject.
the subject. Okay, good. After the subject, what should we write?
To be.
To be, okay, good. So in English, there are so many kinds of to be. Can you mention one of to be in English beside are?
Is.
Okay, is. And then what else? Am. Okay, good. Thank you very much. And then after the verb to be, teman-teman semuanya, you just need to put or to write the verb three or past participle. Jadi kita menggunakan kata kerja bentuk 3. Nah, so if we translate the verb into bahasa, it will sound like seperti itu ya, dikeringkan, dipotong. Nah, seperti itu, dipilih seperti itu. Oke? Nah, jadi subject and then followed by verb to be and then followed by verb 3. So something like that. This is quite easy. So there is only one pattern to make a passive voice: subject, verb to be, and past participle. And for this meeting, we just need to focus on simple present tense. Kita hanya akan fokus ke simple present dulu saja ya, untuk yang mudahnya. So in simple present tense, basically there are 3 types of to be that you have mentioned together. There are, is, and am. Nah, seperti itu ya. Is, am, are, seperti itu. Jadi subject, verb to be, and past participle. And now, mas mbak semuanya, for the last activity. Nah, you will have to work in groups. Teman-teman semuanya, kalian harus bekerja di dalam kelompok. Make a simple dialogue. Kalian harus membuat dialog yang sederhana seperti itu, which consists of passive voice. You may talk about the following topic: hobbies, holiday, dream, alcohol, drug, bullying, cyberbullying, idol, favorite food, social media, etc. You may also choose your own topic, your own interesting topic. Now, after that, after you have made the dialogue, make sure that each student should speak at least 2 times. Jadi pastikan teman-teman semuanya masing-masing dari kelompok harus berbicara sebanyak 2 kali seperti itu ya. Jadi masing-masing siswa berbicara sebanyak 2 kali. I will turn around from group 1 until the last group to check the progress of your dialogue. So try to speak with your partner in the dialogue, talking about one of these following topic, and then make sure that you have to use passive voice. Harus ada passive voice-nya ya teman-teman semuanya ya. Jadi harus ada passive voice-nya. I will give you around 30 minutes to make the dialogue and perform in your groups. Okay? Is it understood, guys? Okay.
Yes, sir.
30 minutes. I will go around the class to check. Okay, I think that's all for today's meeting, teman-teman semuanya. I think that all of you can perform very well in expressing passive voice, and then I think that all of you can make your own passive voice. So today you can perform very well, and for the next meeting, teman-teman semuanya, untuk pertemuan selanjutnya, we are still discussing passive voice, but we are trying to go more deeply. Now, we are going to identify the use of passive voice based on its tenses. Jadi kita akan mempelajari passive voice ini berdasarkan masing-masing tensesnya ya. Jadi hari ini tadi kita baru belajar yang simple. Nah, besok kita akan belajarnya yang lebih kompleks. Nah, kita akan belajar yang bentuk lampau, past, kemudian future seperti itu. Okay, I think that's all. Nah, do you have any question, Mas Mbak semuanya, before we close our meeting?
No, sir.
No question at all. Okay, good. Thank you very much, teman-teman semuanya who have joined this lesson and who have paid attention carefully toward our lesson. See you next meeting. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.